I'll go ahead and say, bro, I didn't watch any of it. I didn't watch it, and I
I
can
can't
be
even
honest.
name you. Only one
I
I
don't
really I
know.
knew Castle. I knew Castle and I knew
I
Dylan
know
Windham.
I
I
knew
knew Connect.
Castle. Yeah,
And,
Connect. I
and
knew Klingon. I knew Klingon the big from UConn. Zach Edey too. I
mm-hmm.
knew guys. Don't get me
Oh,
started
Edie.
on
Yeah, Edie went to Memphis. I think that was good. That's
yeah,
good for them.
rim protector. Yeah, you needed that.
Protect Edie.
Um, yeah, bro. I won't even sit here and lie to you like I have a lick of. Look, if y'all haven't picked up back,
The overseas folks, I can't tell you not one thing about them. And I think that's what Atlanta picked. Atlanta picked someone from overseas, and they was pissed about that.
one thing I will say though about what's happening with the overseas guys and what's happening with the American guys is that our guys are gonna have to start focusing on actual roles and skills that will translate to the NBA besides scoring. Because you look at the AAU circuit and how these kids come up, it's all about who can score, who can get a bucket, who can
They
drop the
just
most
forgetting
points.
defense. Like, yeah, man, they just forgetting defense, like lockdown defense, man. That's why the scores are so. That's why I hate bet. Damn it, I hate going to bet rant. That's why I hate betting NBA now, man. Cause you don't know when it's gonna be a blowout. I call it the National Blowout Association. Like, bro, you never in my day growing up, early 2000s, you know what I'm saying, 2009. Damn, I sound like old here. But just growing up,
You
man, you know what
you
I'm
are bro.
saying?
You
I
are.
remember the days the final score would be 100 to 99. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got some
84,
nasty
84 to
looking
85.
scores.
Yeah,
Nasty looking scores.
shutting down. You know what I'm saying? And then, and that's why I like the Timberwolves. Timberwolves play defense.
Right.
Timberwolves play defense. That's one team I will bet. I know it's gonna be a defensive game. Now I ain't know who's gonna win, but hopefully 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be the Timberwolves that's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
But to that point, a lot of skill sets that make you a great NBA player, make you a viable NBA player, have been lost along the way in the teachings here in the states. Like we don't give kids credit that focus on being defensive aces and being defensive stoppers and taking on the best player on the other team on a possession out basis. We don't give credit to guys that know how to rebound at a high level. Knowing that at the professional ranks, that is a very viable skill. But what you're seeing out of these guys from overseas, like France especially, these guys aren't averaging the most points and the most rebounds, but they're showing you skills that can quickly translate. They're showing you a knowledge for the game that quickly translates, and that's what teams are drafting right now. That's what everyone is drafting. Now let me be clear. It's also just a follow up, a domino effect of your boy, who's going to get a lot of coaches fired from what he's about to cause having all these French guys coming to the league. But that's neither here nor there. But when you like Charlotte, for example, can't even name you the guy they drafted. I'm not going to even try to. Even if I read it right now, I wouldn't know how to pronounce it. What I would have to say they potentially saw is a guy that possesses IQ that can translate to the next level, and there are skills within that they can utilize. And so and that's what teams are valuing. And we understand, like, hey, everybody that averages 30 points or averages 20 plus points in college can't come to the NBA and do that either. And everybody
Yeah.
can't be the number one scorer on their team. Oh,
No.
hell, everybody can't even be Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams, and be the sixth man. Everybody doesn't get that opportunity. We watch guys like Drew Holiday, who we know can drop 20 points a night, or at least about 17, 18 points a night. Take a lesser role, take a role where he knows he's not going to put up those numbers. He's not going to get that type of love and that type of shine.
Yeah.
But those guys still stick in the league. But understand, like, hey, what your role was in college and what it's going to be in the pros is two different things. And if you can't figure out what it is a team needs, and you can't live and thrive within that role, you're not going to cut it in the professional ranks in any sport. That's in any sport. But that's literally all I have for the NBA draft. I ain't got nothing else other than that.
And I say, and I'm just gonna add one last thing. You said, my boy, You're talking about Greg Popovich, the great Greg Popovich, and you're right. I think he just extended for 5 more years, but I think his style is really played out unless he go get in the lab and try to get a more modern style.
Mhm.
His style is more so about teamwork or whatever. You're not gonna find a standout leading scorer on our squad. You're gonna have a whole. It's gonna be a team effort, which means we're gonna need a bench. We're gonna need a good starting five.
Yep.
But one guy overseas that stood out for me was Manu Ginobili. All around, play defense, score, pass you the ball. You know what I'm saying?
I,
He'll be
a
the
guy that we a guy that we both feel that if he ever left the Spurs and went to have his own team, could have very well been a superstar.
for his own squad.
Yeah,
He stayed loyal with us. He stayed
He stayed
loyal
loyal.
with us, man.
he stayed loyal to the soil. But I think everybody like when you like because you look at Manu Ginobili numbers, you like these numbers ain't really reading like nothing. But you had to watch. You had to understand what his role was for that team, and he took that role and played it to the umpteenth degree. And Spurs dynasty doesn't exist without him playing that role.
Him and Parker helped out Dunk, and we caught the end of David Rob. We finally got David Robinson, his ring. Once Pop got everything rolling and everything, man. So, but that's top for another day, man. You know, that's top
It is.
for another day.
Look, man, it is what it is. But we can get to some football stuff as we round this thing out. This came from